Melissa here from S.P.I.R.I.T, and we are on the general Sacramento area today, just doing a quick little check through of a house, mostly a blessing. That is sort of the primary target of today's visit. But we're also going to just walk through the space and see if we can feel any hot spots, if there's any reason for energy to be not quite right. Maybe poke a couple of meters around, make sure there's no errant EMF that shouldn't be there, or kind of explore if there is, if it's spiritual in nature or if it's just something ungrounded. You know, we want to kind of know what is causing the amplified energy and feelings in the space. We do know, and through a little bit of conversation and from what I also kind of felt, our client is definitely a sensitive, and some other members of the family are as well. And there's a brand new, wonderful, cute little baby in the space. I even got a little coo for that. So he's about 7 months old.
Yes.
So yeah, very young, very new, very fresh on the scene, and that kind of energy in the space, plus the hormonal changes of mom also being a sensitive, as we know, can shift the balance. It can rile up even friendly spirits that are in the space. It can accidentally attract other energies to the space that, you know, are attracted by the lighthouse effect that's going on. And there's also what I feel that could be going on in the space, which is psychokinetic phenomenon, PK activity, to a light degree. I don't think it's out of control, but I feel like our client is definitely in tune and sensitive to energy, and also hasn't really utilized any grounding techniques yet. We're gonna learn about that stuff today and educate the family today so they can employ those techniques in the space so energy can flow a little more harmoniously, a little more balanced, so everyone can feel just safe in the space, because there are claims of things, you know, apporting, which is the phenomena of an object being one place, and you wonder, did I misplace it? And then 6 months later, it literally reappears somewhere completely different, and nobody's put it there. So there's that going on. There have been auditory things going on, bumps, knocks, bangs, that kind of stuff, footsteps, other such things are going on in this space. And so really our client just wants us to sort of get the home a little more balanced so then she can maintain it. She's comfortable with doing smudging and maintenance, but sometimes things have just gotten a little too out of kilter to where a good reboot from a team like us is a very helpful idea. I do feel at least 3 soul energies in the space that do feel very protective. I do feel at least 2 male energies and a female energy in the space that seem to be helpful. The older female is an interesting lady. She's kind of a busybody, so I think she's interested in what we're trying to do, and she will almost maybe be judging what I'm doing, but in a way like, oh, do it right, we want to make sure everything's good and they're safe. One of the male energies seems to be very defensive and protective, like very much almost like a very strong guardian sort of soul.
Who are these people?
Yeah. Who are you? Why are you in this house? But he's nice, but he's just like, okay, like, you know, what's your purpose here type of thing. And just in general, he seems to patrol like the perimeter of the home, and I am actually fairly sure that there is a younger soul, and the client did mention that, and sitting in the energy, I feel like that is probably true. So I'd like to explore that just a little bit more, just to be positive about it. Maybe take a couple meter readings in some certain areas to see if that is correct. So we're going to do a little walkthrough of the space and just feel things. Somebody touches somebody's touching the toys. I almost feel like you would hear the movement of toys, like toy movement. Is that something you've had? Okay, because I'm like, who's playing with the toys?
Yeah, just like moving around.
Oh.
'Cause I usually clean up like that, and
Yeah.
stuff will be back on the mat.
You're like, what happened?
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because it feels to me like somebody's out here playing with the toys, which would, to me, indicate a youthful spirit. You know, being curious and playful and what's this fun, having a fun time. So No harm. I mean, just a little weird, but not hurting anybody. Just it could be a little less creepy, but it's fun. I know. And I almost feel like as he gets older, there's going to be some playtime between them. I really feel like there's good there. He's going to be talking to and playing with somebody, and you're not going to see anybody. And it just it would be no different if they were here.
Yeah.
Is kind of how I feel about that. So they're just going to play. They're just going to have their little time together. But a lot of movement in here. I get that the residual phenomena too of knocking on the door, like a lot of somebody like you think somebody's like. I'm trying to figure that out because I keep hearing it. I hear this like residual. It's almost like a residual haunt, like somebody just like in a loop pattern where it's not an actual active entity. It's just like a record player for some reason, and maybe a soul that was around this region or area at some point, and they see a door and they're just like knocking on the door, like they just want to like come in. I don't suggest you just let random energy in, because that's probably not a good idea. But then again, if it's just a residual haunt, meaning it's just like a record player going over and over again, it's not an intelligent spirit that can actually talk to you, interact with you, or anything like that. It's just over and over again. Sometimes just smudging right outside of your door will lower the residual vibration. So that's kind of a simple fix, but I keep hearing it. It's just like it's on replay. Kind of weird. Okay, and where does that door go?
To the laundry room and then the garage.
Okay.
And that door goes to the garage.
It's an old guy out there.
Huh.
I think I'll just leave him alone. Don't need to bother him.
Okay, then.
He's actually almost relegated out there. He likes it out there, so I don't think he's harming anybody. He just wants to build something, he says.
Huh.
Well, there's a lot of tools and stuff out there. You would wonder if that's what's keeping him out there. Yeah.
Do you feel watched when you sit down in there? Do you feel watched?
Yeah, sometimes.
Because I get the impression of this female soul just kind of monitoring, like.
Every once, yeah. It's usually when I'm alone.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like a watcher, but not in a negative way. Just like hovering, very hovery, and like again that busybody type of just making sure everything is as it should be. Very, very hovery. Wait, she's a busybody, all right. Nice lady though. Oh, I feel a sharp pain in my neck in here. It's quite a shooting pain, actually. And my ears are ringing, and there's a lot of pressure. Ooh, wow, that's loud. That is loud. Oh, God. Grounding is going to be good. Wow. I almost want to take readings of, and
We can do that.
the bed, to me, I feel electromagnetic energy coming out, typical, empath vortex energy type of stuff.
Sure.
But it's high volume.
Is this from this side more than that side?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels very, very tingly there. I don't know. I have a lot of physical pain on this side. Like my body hurts.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of achiness. Everything just hurts. Just hurts a lot. Rather uncomfortable. My feet are electric in this space. It feels very tingly in the bottom of my feet. To me, it feels like movement. I just see movement.
That's usually where I can, because that's right down there, and that's usually where I hear it walking around.
Ah, okay. 'Cause that's kind of what it sounds like, because somebody's wandering around. But again, I don't necessarily feel negativity. I just feel being obtuse to like any personal space or boundaries. They're just completely obtuse. But very busy, a lot of movement. All right.
It's my stepdaughter's room.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I love that cow picture. It's the simple things in life that just entertain me, you know? It's a cow. Hi, Moo.
You do like cow pictures.
Yeah, I do like the cows. It just feels creative, very creative mindset. That's the energy I
Very
feel.
artistic.
Oh, okay. And kind of wanting to take care of like either animals or little ones, or like very caregiving and like, oh, let me fix that. Like, so somebody who would be a good vet, nurse.
That's what she wants to be.
Okay. Yeah, that.
She loves all my dogs.
Yeah.
That-
She's a very good big sister. She wants to
Aw.
take care of the baby.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a very caring child.
Yeah, she seems very sensitive, very tender. Is kind of how I feel about the energy in here. There is a different older female in this space that's a little bit of a thinner lady in her 60s. She has darker hair, and she seems to be tending to her, looking after her. Maybe a little bit of breathing problems or chest issue or something going
I
on.
wonder if that's Kim. She passed away a couple years ago, and that was like not technically family, but pretty much like her aunt.
Okay.
It was a very close family friend of ours.
It definitely doesn't have to be blood to feel that compassion towards another living soul. So yeah, that's the energy I feel protecting her in here.
How old is she?
She was young. Not young, but like in her 50s, 60s maybe.
Okay, yeah, this lady does seem younger than the other one that I felt in the other part of the house.
I
So
think she was like in her 50s. Yeah, she was way too young for what.
I cannot breathe with her. She
She had
definitely.
lung cancer.
Oh,
What's that?
well, that's
How old-
awful.
what's that picture?
How old was she? 49. It could be my grandma maybe. 49. She had lung
Maybe your
cancer too.
great-grandma.
Oh.
Great-grandma.
Sometimes when two souls are very similar, I can sometimes layer little bits and pieces of each soul too, because I feel like a brunette, a little bit thinner, somewhere near 60, definitely having breathing problems and very protective. So that's kind of what I'm feeling in this space.
So would there be any, that, would it be possible of any relatives that hadn't ever met Melissa before that would?
Yeah, oh yeah, no. The soul web, they know, souls know souls. They know each other by energy. So yeah, it doesn't have to be somebody. I mean, I've got a couple of great grandfathers haunting my house that, in a positive way, that they died before I was born.
Yeah.
So they just, their energy knows my energy, and
Yeah.
that's what they've chosen to do, is be protective in that way.
Yeah, because I was 13 when she died, so
Oh wow.
it was before.
Okay.
She never got to meet Melissa, but I've always said I wish she could.
Well, the energy overall feels pretty decent in here, but I do feel a little bit of sleep disturbance, but that could just be, you know, I have sleep disturbances.
Yeah.
It could just be a thing. All right.
Technically, his nursery bed is not put together, Julian. It's
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. He's still kind of in your area yet, so.
Well, this will be a cool room for him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's above the garage, and so it's really hot or
Okay.
really cold, which is the only reason why we haven't really
Yeah.
You'll have to find a way to
figure out how to.
regulate it in here.
Exactly.
I do feel a strange abdominal pain in here. And I don't quite know what that is about.
I wonder if that was from when this was the room that I was in when I miscarried with my son.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
This is where we were staying in this room because we had roommates at the time, so I don't know, it could be.
Yeah, because it just felt very painful. Like, I just felt kind of jabbed in the gut in here.
That was my wrist popping.
Yeah.
Not paranormal.
Yeah, this space done right, I think actually could be very full of love and very full of light.
Okay.
For sure.
That's good.
Yeah, just clear out a little bit of the past, I think would help,
Okay.
would improve things. Yeah,
Okay.
two.
So you're getting some static over the sink.
Yeah, now it's going back down. Of course, when you start to film, it goes back down. But I got all the way up to 33 over here, and this is where I felt that lady in her late 70s
Okay.
who seems to tinker around the house a little
Yeah.
bit. And I got really high energy as far as the volts per minute. 31 right here.
Okay.
Now it's back. Now it's 16. 8. I mean, this is, countertop. I'm not sure why I would be getting that. Ma'am, can you come forward and just indicate that it's you? I'd like you to spike that really high, that number right there for me if you are able. Thank you. 19, 30, 31, 33. Yeah.
I mean, there's a toaster and a coffee maker. Neither one of them are on.
Yeah, if we get up right up here, yeah, you're gonna.
There's an electrical outlet, yeah.
You can't. So, but I feel I got it right
I did,
here.
and I also got a cold spot on this earlier.
But I got it right here on the sink
Right.
as well.
Are you still getting it? Over the sink?
I got a 9, 6. It's a 13. It is hopping around a little bit. And these are all just like regular toys, or none of these look to be electronic to me.
No, there's
Yeah.
no electronic toys over there. I don't even think there's battery operated.
19, 20. Sort of, now that does reiterate the sensation that somebody, and also the client's claim of somebody messing with the toys, moving the toys, playing with the toys.
I'm getting some pretty high RF on that too, which is interesting because here you shouldn't be getting the RF so much.
Yeah, and
There's
I'm
not a router in this room, is there? I don't see anything that would really be the high RF.
There's like some,
yeah, 20 volts per meter, 21, 30
With high RF.
with high RF. Something is interesting,
Yeah,
And
of
it-
course it won't focus on it.
and it does validate the client's claims
There you go.
of activity with the toys.
There's pretty high radio frequencies too, so that's interesting.
That's fascinating.
Fascinating.
And then it's kind of back to normal right about here.
Okay.
Very
And
weird.
you felt energy on the toys
I
before
did.
we ever got any of the meters out.
Correct.
I can do a quick tear sweep.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a little spike over here.
Whoa, the TV gives off some static.
Yeah, that'll happen. That's you.
Yeah, it's a little bit quieter, but every once in a while I'll just get a random spike. So
Yeah.
that sort of validates what I felt and what they experience. For sure. All right, let's check a couple of these rooms real quick.
Hold on.
Did you get a spot?
Also, it could just be the AC too.
There's no vent right here.
Okay.
If that's a spirit, can you walk forward one more time to validate? We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help.
It's right there,
But you were pointed that way, so that shouldn't hit it. If that's the younger spirit, would you like to come forward and play? These won't hurt. They won't hurt you at all, I promise. 18 volts per meter.
there's nothing electronic here.
Not right here, not on the couch.
Yeah.
You can come back. It's okay. I don't know what happened. These are just kind of toys too. But they do something very special and specific. So if you want to come touch them, it won't hurt you.
Without validation, I'd probably debunk that hit as being the AC,
We're
but
gonna have to debunk you, but we'll come back.
we'll be back. That's you.
Yeah, it's just me.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to check the door because of the residual.
Yeah, okay. That could do something too. Might be good. Be getting something.
And that's pretty low. I mean, also validating residual.
That was interesting. No, nothing there.
Well, the dead follow me sometimes too. So.
That, yeah, it's funny because I get hot and cold on you sometimes like that, so.
The dead like me.
Yeah.
I'm popular.
Yep. Alrighty, cool.
All right.
That's AC for sure. So I can feel it.
I walked through someone. I got 31,
But,
and the RF is jumping around like crazy right here too.
yeah. I should be getting a cool spot, right? If you're in next to a window.
It's a little strange.
Oh, it's hard to do this and do the camera, I tell you what.
I got a 36 for a minute, and now it's up to 5.7 RF.
Yeah.
What I'm interested in
Is this? There's
this.
Okay, there's a fan, so the chair will be a bit useless.
Fan off.
No, that's alright. Feels good.
we just don't need.
Yeah.
Do you have an electric blanket?
No.
What are you getting?
The RF is all over the place, and 10 volts per meter.
Well, that's really high RF.
All on her bed.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
29 volts per meter.
Yeah, we just got 25. I believe you.
19, 29.
Yep.
Is this the side you sleep on?
It was funny when you said that you were feeling a lot of electricity. I was like, that's my side of the bed.
Right.
Yeah, 32, 31 on the.
And we've seen this before with gifted people. There's a.
There goes your video light.
My light, yeah.
Yeah, with
It's
gifted
not happy
people,
anymore.
with gifted people, we have seen that phenomena where you give off, you have a field, and so I do this kind of stuff too, where I sleep. So you're not weird. You're weird, but in a good way. But just keeping up with definitely keeping up with the grounding and that kind of stuff will really, really be helpful. It'll help you. It'll help everyone in the house. It'll help the environment. It'll just feel good overall. But this is validating 56, 44. I mean, come on, 6.4 on the RF, and then the static is up to 35. I mean, that's very indicative of very, very strong intuitive vibration.
Yeah, and we've seen this before where gifted people sleep. There's a residual there.
Yep, they leave a signature.
Yeah.
You have left a signature of energy on your space. Totally normal, but
That's cool.
fascinating at the same
Yeah,
time.
it's really fascinating.
And it's kind of cool.
Cool.
And see, it's a lot lighter in here. It's a little bit, but it's a lot lighter right here. Kind of validating, you know, same room. If it was something right here setting it all off,
Yeah, if it was like an internet pathway or something, and it's not.
It would be all bananas in here. And it's pretty normal.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you. Let me go to that side of the bed.
All right.
I don't want it, Mom. I was trying to.
1 volt per meter. 2 volts per meter.
Background on that side of the bed. Now
Background
that's
on this-
super interesting.
Background.
Yeah.
All background. 1, just a little bit of, you know, residual from her side, but all very boring. Now,
That's cool.
I feel like you probably sit here.
Yeah.
Let's see if you leave any energy here. You don't necessarily sleep here.
No.
So sleeping,
I sit there a lot in your sim.
10 volts per meter, 511 on the RF.
That's really high.
It's not as intense as where she sleeps, but where she spends a lot of time sitting and, you know, and rocking the baby, there is still some bounce around.
Yeah, can you do the bed again?
Yeah. Or his side or her side?
This side to show that it's low. There we go.
There. Background, for the most part.
Yeah, the RF's a little high, but other than that.
Yeah. Well, and there is a cell tower somewhere nearby it's picking up, so I'm going to go back over here real quick.
Alrighty then.
The energy of an empath is fascinating to me. Because it's something that, yeah, look at it go! Look at her go! Look at it! It just fascinates me.
Sorry.
Well, the good stuff.
I haven't been missing it every day that I walk in.
Yeah.
You know?
What's your static?
74?
Really? So you're definitely getting high static in here. Oh yeah. And this is where the thing I ported to.
Yeah, let me just
So that's
feel the
sippy
clothes.
cup.
The clothes don't feel staticky.
And why would a sippy cup be in the middle of a closet floor? You know, of all places.
After it was missing for a week.
Right.
So weird. Well, the dead borrow things. What it is, I mean, we're looking at different planes of existence, different, there's multiverse theory, there's all these different theories, but different vibrational planes. Sometimes objects end up in a different plane for a while. Why that happens, I hope someday, you know, some of these really smart theoretical physicists, you know, whoever, somebody can figure out why things pop into different energy levels and then pop back. I don't have a good explanation for that as of yet, but I know that it has happened. Brent lost a flashlight for a year.
Oh, yeah.
And then it reappeared on a coffee table that had been used and cleaned several times. Like it was the coffee table had been emptied off and cleaned because we had, you know, friends over when we could do that and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then one day it was just there. No reason.
Well, and that flashlight was one of those. So when I first got into paranormal investigation and got invited on my first case with another group, that was back in, 2013. The first 2 things I bought were a Coleman flashlight and a voice recorder, and I already had a camera. So those were my first 3 pieces of investigative equipment. And that Coleman flashlight was with me on some pretty heavy-duty cases that I went on first, especially the Volcanoville one.
Maybe they had to take it over to like purify it and bring it back.
And I was just luck of the draw that I happened to get some really heavy-duty cases as some of my first cases, which kind of got me hooked into doing this. And then I was getting ready for an investigation. I was sitting at my computer desk, and I had another desk to my left, and I set the flashlight and the voice recorder right on the corner of the desk, and then I turned and did something on the computer, and I turned back to my left, and the voice recorder was there, but the flashlight was gone. And I figured it rolled off the desk, looked underneath the floor, couldn't find it, finally gave up. And it was 3 or 4 years later that it turned up on the coffee table. I just came home. I came home one day and it was sitting in the middle of the coffee table.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, what the heck?
I'm getting a large amount of energy
right
up here at the top of the closet.
And of course I don't have a light, but...
Do you want me to turn the light on?
Yeah, if you want to.
It is a huge amount of energy right here at the top of the closet. It's really
Can you
weird.
tilt it up a little bit for me?
Like
nope,
this?
up. I can't get a reading on this thing.
I
It's,
think
I'm
there
getting
might
the,
be,
I'm getting nothing but reflection.
safe, like his umbilical cord.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So there's energetically charged things up here.
Yeah.
Because it's hitting pretty hard on the meter.
Well, it's my side of the closet too.
Oh, okay. That.
Yeah, I got it. And that is really high right there.
Yeah, isn't
Is the safe electronic?
No.
Oh.
It's just a key.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
Very light background. There is some RF, but that's actually good.
Yeah.
That would to me would be consistent with energy and remains. That means that his soul is not stuck to that.
Good.
Yeah. Which is perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
Which is also probably why he's playing with the toys.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right.
I'm not stuck here. I'm gonna go down there. Can't stop me.
You know where it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have fun now. But yeah, very nominal readings, which is good and comforting.
All right.
Yeah, no, there's
That was on the urn.
of some cremains. But no, overall, pretty good energy. Just a lot of it. A lot of it.
Onto the cleansing.
Onto the cleansing.
All right. I like it. Good job. Perfect.
It's a warm one today, kids.
Yeah, it is.
We're in the middle of August or beginning of August. It is warm.
It is.
I feel like we were able to give a good amount of information to our client, a lot of empowering information, and we still have a little more to offer her as far as explanation of how to manage her ability and how to manage energy. So I feel pretty good about it. Definitely a lot of stuff going on in her space, but thankfully nothing dark.
All right. Good job.
All right, we'll do this again next time.
Yep. Just a little bit of PK going on.
A lot of PK.
Yep.